Hello friends, this is Dr. Amarjit Kaur, Professor of Accounting and Business Communication at the Department of Management, Gurugram University, Gurugram. I have been working in the education industry from the last about 25 years and have worked in the industry, food industry for about 5 years. So, thus carries a total experience of 30 plus years. I have authored or edited 11 books and have authored 62 research papers. This is my privilege that I have worked in two foreign universities, Valparaiso University in USA and North Dakota State University in USA. I am here to discuss today on writer's skills. So, writer, as the word tells, and we all understand what does it mean, anybody who is keen to write something. So, when I am going to talk about writer skills, I am focusing in case you want to pursue, career as a writer. If you are, everybody writes something or other, but there are so many professions where writers are required, be it for writing a script for the movie, writing a novel, writing media script, writing any play, writing, so many things, books, etc., etc., right. So, writer skills are very important, and now because of the mass media, because of the OTT platform, because of increasing use of internet, there are so many avenues which are opening up for writers to to pursue their career in this particular industry, in these particular fields rather. So, we are going to discuss about writer skills. Let us understand the background first. Individuals who produce or develop content for readers in different tones for different platforms like newspaper, websites, social media portals, novels, magazines or textbooks are known as writers. These professionals are expected to follow different style guidelines and readability principles while planning their content. So, anybody who actually develops some kind of content, of course for the purpose of readers, and that content could be in different tones, right, can be developed for different platforms. A platform could be like newspaper, a very common platform, and does exist from couple of decades. So, newspapers, website, so from the last couple of decades we have been using websites, very common now. So, the content which is written there is also developed by writers who are professional in their career. Social media portals are becoming so much common nowadays. We all use different social media platforms. I do not want to name any of them, but you all know what I am talking about, be it novels, be it fiction writing, be it magazine, textbook. Everywhere, people who write are professional writers. They are producing content for these different platforms, right. So, these professionals who are writing, they are supposed to have their own understanding about style guidelines. For a particular platform, the style could be different than the other platform. So, there are style guidelines, there are principles of readability, that your content should be readable. So, when you are planning your content, you as a writer you have to ensure that content is readable and is actually following the guidelines for the particular platform whichever you are writing for. Further about the background is, a writer can work with organizations or clients very efficiently if she knows about writer skills and can develop these abilities by working consciously in this direction. So, a writer can actually work with any type of client or organization, and anybody who pursue this career can actually become very efficient writer if he or she understands the importance of the skills required for a writer, right. So, the writer's skills are something which should be known to the person who wish to pursue a career as a writer, and these abilities, these skills can actually be developed gradually, provided you are conscious and you are working in this direction. So, moving forward, thereby it is essential for an individual to possess varied skills like adaptability and uniqueness if they want to become a writer. One can create unique content, remain versatile and conduct in-depth research if possesses these varied skills. So, when I say that it is very important for someone to know that there are certain skills which are required for someone to become a professional writer. So, if we acknowledge this fact, right, then this becomes very imperative for any individual to possess those skills, because once we accept that yes, this is a profession where we required so many different skills, and after having accepted that fact, so the next fact would be to understand that how essential it is for an individual to adopt, to possess those varied skills. The skills could be adaptability to a style, to a guideline, to a format, to the organizing of the content, or to the extent the uniqueness, right. So, this is what is essential for any writer to know about, and anyone can create a unique content and can remain versatile if he or she, whosoever pursues this as a career, carries in-depth research, right. So, whenever any particular piece of work is given to the writer, he or she is able to conduct research and is able to adapt to the requirement and understands the importance of remaining unique, right. So, this is something is in the background. Another thing I want to say in background is that certain skills are common in all writing professions, be it a screenwriter, copywriter, content writer, script writer, media writer or creative writer. So, there are certain skills which we are going to discuss very soon after discussing the meaning, that every person who wants to be into the profession of writers, the writer could be for screenwriting, for copywriting, for content writing, for script writing, media writing, there are so many writers. So, media writer is there, creative writer is there. So, we have so many actually profiles within the writer's profile. So, someone may be writing for the screens, the big screen or a small screen. Big screen means the theater we go and watch a movie, small screen the OTT platform. So, the both are, somebody is writing for OTT platform, another is writing for a movie. So, they both are screenwriter. Copywriters, people who write books, write certain patents, so they are copywriters. Content writers could be content for website, content for a brochure, any publicity material. Script writer, script could be for anybody, for a play, for a drama, like that. Media writer and the creative writer. So, there are so many types of writers, and for every type of writer we need certain skills which we need to adopt. Before I talk about the skills any writer would need, let us understand the meaning of writer's skill. So, writer's skill is all about having adequate knowledge and abilities to express thoughts and ideas in written words. This refers to abilities that allow a person to create written content that is interesting to readers. So, if I have to define this for you, or elaborate this particular definition for you, so writer's skill is all about basically having adequate knowledge and the ability to express. What does writer do? They are basically communicating in writing, right? So, if I am speaking at this moment, I am communicating my thoughts. It is a spoken communication, right? Oral communication taking place between you and me. I am saying something and you are trying to gather the idea. So, in writing, when a writer's skills demand your knowledge and ability to express in writing. So, you have to have a clarity of thoughts, your ideas, your language, vocabulary, so many things. but you are expressing your knowledge, your ability, your thought, your idea, everything in written. So, it's a form of written communication. That is what the writing is all about. And person who writes that writing, who writes that piece of paper, on piece of paper or on any laptop or computer, is a writer, right? So, the person who is writer should possess certain skill. So, the skills which he possess are known as writer skill, so that he is able to express his thoughts effectively, right. So, this also refers to abilities to allow a person to create written content that is interesting to everyone. The readers who are reading that content should find the content interesting. We generally look at the heading in a newspaper before reading the full news. So, so headline is supposed to be attractive. So, if I am interested in sports, I may get attracted to any news about cricket match or any other match. So, it has to be very catchy, but I as a writer could make readers interested to read my content because my content was catchy and person had interest in sports. Two things, the content is, because there could be a person who is least interested in sports, who is least interested in spirituality, who is least interested in any particular subject matter, right. So, that interest, basic interest is supposed to be there amongst the reader, and then the person who is writing makes him or her interested in the content through his writing skills. So, what are the elements of writer skills? So, if we say the writer should possess this skill or that skill, what are those all elements? So, I am going to discuss that in detail now. So, I am going to discuss 12 elements of writer's skills. Number 1, originality. Number 2, discipline. Number 3, research skills. Number 4, organizational skills. Number 5, editing skills. Number 6, search engine optimization. Number 7, social media skills. Number 8, handwriting or typing skills. Number 9, creativity skills. Number 10, communication skills. Number 11, time management skills, and the last 12th number is adaptability and emotional intelligence skills. So, let me discuss all these skills in detail now. The first one, I said originality. So, a writer need to be sounding original for sure. It should not seem like this content has been copied, is expressed by someone else in the past. So, to become an original writer, you need to have a very good understanding of the subject matter. And the interesting thing is, a writer is not writing the same on the same subject matter for long. He or she may be given 1, 2, 3 assignments of similar nature on a particular subject matter, but not in the long run. Most of the writers are required to write on different subject matters at different point of time. So, one need to remain original. To remain original, you need to really read hard, to really need to have knowledge about the subject. And how do we gain knowledge? By reading, by going through the available material. So, literature review, the existing literature, you need to do your own research, and then you should have your own style of writing. It should be your original, your own style. It should not similar to someone else. So, you have to think how can you bring that very uniqueness in your content, right. To try to be unique, that is how you will sound original in your content. The another skill a writer need to have is to be very disciplined. Very disciplined means a person has to comply with the deadline of whenever you have made a commitment. Make sure you submit the content with the deadline. Make sure you discipline yourself to read for a particular number of hours, research for a particular number of hours a day as per your workload, how many assignments do you have. But you need to discipline yourself to read, to sit and read, to sit and research, to honor the guide, deadline, etc. The third is research skill. So, what are research skills? Research skills are the skills to research on any subject matter. And in this, it is not just that you know a website, you know a portal, or you just know how to use Wikipedia, or you know how to use a particular encyclopedia, etc., etc. You need to have a very strong understanding of effective researching. You know, if I teach another subject, research, that literature review. In that literature review, we really teach people, students or scholars, that it does really matters a lot how do you research your keyword. So, your keyword, just for example, if I am working on interdisciplinary teaching, interdisciplinary learning. So, what I am putting in the keywords to search for the material, it makes a difference. So, we can use multiple words, we can use different synonym of the same word to have access to the maximum database. We can use boolean words and or connecting words in simple words. So, this all should be known to the writer, that how can he make his research effectively, how can the best output of the research be there if I know that how to research, what particular website we should research at, how to use keywords, how to use base or the very original work, how to refer to that. So this is what is research skill. There are so many aspects of researching. Uh, then the next skill which is required to be possessed by a writer is organizational skills. You research, you carried a literature review, the existing literature has been reviewed on different aspects of the subject matter. But then how would you organize that data which you have just reviewed, you have just read about? You need to, because you are going to refer to that data in your piece of writing. So, how do you organize what you are researching, what kind, the data, the information. So, you can organize, let us say you have 5 objectives in mind to answer those 5 questions in that writing, in that piece of paper. So, let us say I am writing on a particular subject matter, I want to introduce that matter, I want to talk about the importance of that matter, subject matter, I want to introduce the limitations of that particular subject matter or that topic which I am discussing, future scope, who has, so any aspect could be there. So, when I am researching, I should be organizing my, at the first stand I should be organizing that output, research output, as per my objective of writing or the problem statement I am addressing. Another way is that how do I organize that material which or the thought I have in the piece of paper or in my total writing. So, this is what organizational skill means. Then we have editing skills, number 5. So, what is editing skill? Editing skill means once I have gathered my thoughts after research, after I have come up with certain piece of writing, that in that writing I have organized the matter very carefully. I have organized the content, maybe objective wise, maybe topic wise, maybe focus wise, maybe importance wise, that the first thing which is most important has been given more emphasis, has been taken in the beginning, or to I could have in my mind that I should put across the interesting thing first, or I should put across the factual thing first before I give my own views, etc., etc. It is all depending upon that what is your style of writing, what is the need of the writing assignment. But whichever situation you are in, you need to, after you have written your material, you have to edit your content, right. So, editing skills are also very important, as are the writing skills. Unless you edit your material, your content carefully, your end output is not going to be effective. So, the sixth point was search engine optimization. We call it as SEO skills. So, what is search engine optimization? So, search engine optimization is that how to, if I am using internet to search some content, I can make best use of the engine, the search engine, if I really take care of certain things, right? Using the right word, putting the date, searching by the title of the subject, or by author's name. So there are so many areas or aspects which we can take care to maximize the search engine optimization, or we can optimize the search engine, because when you search, those searches which have just taken place recently, or have taken or have been referred maximum, they will appear at the top. So you have to be careful in choosing. Are you going to write the same thing which has been researched so much, or you should be thinking of exploring something which has not been viewed, researched, searched much on the engine, right? This is up to you, that what your call, but you should be optimizing, or should be knowing how to optimize the search engine optimization. Social media skills, nowadays content is not just for newspaper, or a movie, or for a book. Social media has become part and parcel of each one's life. We all are there on social media, be it professional media, or be it something personal, informal media. We know, I'm not naming the platform, right? So if somebody is writing content and gradually is going to put it on the social media, he should have skills to engage the readers on social media. His focus should be clear. His research should be about that what makes people interested in reading the content on social media. He should have clarity about that, and then how to make that content more interesting for the social media. Then the eighth point is handwriting or typing skill. So of course nowadays we use computer, or laptop for most of the time whatever we write, but there could still be a situation, and there are still many organizations, many situations where handwriting is required, good handwriting is required. So if you are using laptop or computer to create or to write your content, make sure your typing skill is good, your speed is better, you don't make mistakes, you know how to use the auto check for grammar, auto check for language, etc., etc. So otherwise, if you are writing by hand, make sure your handwriting is clear, concise, is is been organized very well, the content written by you. So this is the eighth number, that one needs to have good typing skills as well if wants to create content, or wants to become a good writer. Number 9 is creativity skill. Creativity skill means putting across your thoughts, your idea in such a way that they are interested to others who are reading it. So you are presenting your thoughts in a very creative way. That's what creativity skills are, by ensuring that your content becomes interested for the readers. Communication skills are in general required for any profession, but for a writer it becomes more important, because writing is all about written communication, right? So if you have good communication skill in general, you will be able to become a good writer, because you would know that what should be your tone, your voice, your pitch, even in the written content, right? So that all aspects are, your pitch, your tone, your modulation in the in the voice, of course not voice here, but in the content, in the voice of the character you are addressing in the content, right. So, by selecting the appropriate vocabulary, you can make the voice modulation effective in a written piece as well. So, that is of course you are using words, written words to express somebody's thought, through his voice, which without using the voice here, of course. So, the time management skill, after communication skill, the time management skills are very, very important, especially nowadays. There are platforms which are running serials and running in so many episodes of the same serial. So, if you are writing, you have to ensure that you supply the content beforehand within the deadline. Same is for anything else, be it book writing or newspaper. You cannot actually send the material to be published in a newspaper 2 days after the event. You have to send on the very same day or before the next issue of the paper is published. So, time management is very important. The last point is that you need to adapt to the requirement of the organization you are writing for, or situation you are writing for, and you need to use emotional intelligence skill to understand how to make reader interested in you. You have to use EI skills in writing. So, these are the 12 elements which are required for anyone to become a very effective writer and to possess good writer's skills. So, with this I would like to wind up. Thank you very much, friends.